All right, howdy folks. This is going to be the before picture or the before video here where I'm about to send these comics off to CGC to get them graded. And I just wanted to take you through the order as well as why I'm sending each book and what I'm hoping to get out of each book. So let's just start here. This is an incredible Hulk number 340, famous Todd McFarlane cover. In this case, I bought this purchased graded fine 6.0 from my comic shop. When I received it, it had a bunch of foxing on the interior. It looked quite discolored and clearly had not been dry cleaned or pressed. And so we're going to see what we can do for this one. It did have a lot of foxing on the interior cover that I took some pictures of. It's never going to be a 9/8, so if we look down here, it does have some corner blunting. It's got some spine ticks right in here. Some more spine ticks, and I think the back corner, there's a little bit of edge wear up there. So optimistically, I'm hoping to get an 8.85 on this copy, and we'll see what I can do there. Hopefully that would be great to really improve upon that 6.0 we got it graded at. This is a copy of Captain America 323. I got this in pretty soiled condition from a local comic shop for a few bucks. It was kind of just a fixer-upper issue. It had a lot of clear moisture damage, and I think I was able to hide that quite well and improve upon it. And you can see it too has a spine tick right there. It's got some staple wear. Luckily, though, it didn't have any major creases. It just needed a lot of TLC. So again, I'm kind of hoping for that 8590 range on this one, and mostly I was doing it for the before and after pictures, and I recorded some video of that. So that one should be pretty good. This copy of Batman 386 was one that I got back in a recent submission. So if you check through the unboxings, that was this copy. We cracked it out of the slab because I was concerned that they might have mixed it up with my Vengeance of Bane on the grade sheet. Because I was expecting a 9.6, 9.8 on this copy. We'll see what they say on the second time around. Hopefully, though, we'll get a really high grade copy. At least that's what I'm looking for out of it. This is an Amazing Spider-Man number 238. I got this with the tattoos missing from the insert, and I was able to add the tattoo insert back. That actually required changing out the insert, so I took some video of that, and we'll be happy to share and upload that at some point. Ideally, we'd be able to bump it to a 9.4, but if it comes back a 9.2 blue label newsstand copy, I'd be pretty excited about that, so that'd be pretty awesome. This is an Amazing Spider-Man I was pretty disappointed in, so I originally bought it as a CGC 8.5 with the tattoo insert missing, and I was able to convert that to a blue label Amazing Spider-Man 238, but unfortunately the grade went down, and I think they hit it for this white line here, which to me seemed awfully harsh. It's not really a crease in the sense that it breaks gloss, but they must have hit it for that. So we're going to see what they do here upon a resubmit. Maybe it'll come back in 8.0. I think the rest of the book looks like 9.2, 9.4-ish. So I thought the 8.0 was very harsh on this particular copy. We'll see what the graders say on the second pass. This is a copy of Daredevil number 181. I originally had submitted this in a 9.8 pre-screen and it was rejected. And so we'll see if it gets a 9.6 on the return trip here, but hopefully a very high grade. This was the copy of the Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends that we cracked out of a CGC 9.6 slab for what looked like a very small spine tick and some edge corner wear on the back cover. So that now is ironed and repressed, and we'll see if we can squeeze that up to a 9.8. Might be tough, but it's a very sharp copy. Here's a Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man number 101. Very famous, very popular, very awesome John Byrne cover. This I also received back in a recent CGC submission, graded at a 7.5 with staining, and I was totally missed the staining on the first submission, but I since was able to clean out the staining, and we'll see what we can get. I'd be happy with a 9.0 on this book now that I've looked at it a little bit more closely. It does have some very minor edge wear up there, and it does have this damage on the corner. But other than that, it's super sharp, and we'll see what it comes back at. Mostly I'm just sending it to see if we can improve upon that 7.5. This was a really nice newsstand copy of Uncanny X-Men number 266 that I was able to pick up as a slab at just under fair market value from an LCS. I thought because it was an old slab and because it clearly just kind of looked dingy that it might be a really good candidate to bump. So I have some video of me taking this out, cracking it, going through the whitening process and pressing, and so we'll see if we can get a bump there. I'm really optimistic for a 9.6. I think a 9.8 is probably out of the question with one tick right below that plant vine. Let's see if I can get it in focus right there. Yeah, so it's got, you know, one definite tick and maybe another little tick, but I think it'll bump. And of course, on that book is a you know, early 1990 newsstand. It's probably worth it. So this is going to be the last of the 10 moderns. This is Star Wars number 42. This I bought off Instagram just at a 2.5 CBCS grade, just because it was so disgusting. I thought it would be a really good fixer-upper book. It looked filthy, and now it looks pretty awesome. So we will upload some before and afters and some progress of this book being touched up. You know, it was a 2.5, so that's really low grade. It's still clearly got staining, and it's got corner creasing, and it actually has a really big crease. Let me track the line right there through Dengar and the W in Star Wars. And so this thing's never going to be a high grade copy. I think if it went up to a 4.5, I'd be happy with it. If it made it to a 5, I'd be pretty ecstatic. I don't think it's going to make a 5 though. It's just got too much residual damage. Mostly doing it just for the before and afters. The last book here is going to be submitted not for a modern grading, but for a Hugh Jackman signing. So this one is all set up to do a nice Hugh Jackman here. We'll see if we can get him to sign it, "You Suck, Ryan." I'm really hoping he actually does sign it, "You Suck, Ryan." That would be pretty awesome. All right, so this is it. These are going to be the 11 books submitted, 10 moderns here, all of which, you know, have some reason to go, most of which are prior slab candidates. So this will be a good test of how much of a bumpski we can get. And other than that, you know, we'll see what the grading fates hold for us. Keep your fingers crossed.